Welcome back, everyone, to our Pathfinder Kingmaker series. We've got stuff to do in the kingdom, so let's go and get to it. Stash. Do I want to put anything in the stash? Yes, yes. What is this? Soot and blackened. This once belonged to an ancient dwarf. An expert in antiquities may find it interesting. Hold on to that. Short sword +1. Yep, just put all this stuff in the stash. Leave. My magical stash. Kingdom. Tristian failed. How did you fail? Rolled a 9. I actually rolled a 4. Some half-elf. This was a problem, too. You weren't supposed to fail the problem. Lost 1 loyalty because of that. Some half-elf trading fabric in the capital discovered a loophole which, okay. Increasing legislative pressure helped stem the loss of taxes, but some merchants complained, while others simply left the barony. Good job, Tristian. Ooh. The general made the young artisan the master of one of the best weapons workshops in the capital. The grateful master donated one of her masterworks in return. Military +6. That was a good deal. It's almost up to rank 2. I gotta rank up that other stuff. 8-legged plague. Oh boy. The rumors surrounding the bald hilltop proved true. The barony has been flooded with monstrous spiders attacking the locals and slaughtering the cattle. Reports indicate that the huge arachnids spread a ghastly disease that weakens the victim with fever and coats their body with blisters. This invasion has to be stopped before panic and infection ravage the stolen lands. John. If I put Valerie in there, I'll get 3 to community. I'm not putting Tristian in there, but if I do, we'll get 3 to loyalty. Jod. If I put Jod in there, 3 to divine. Requires 1 day to solve. Alright. Jod it is. It'll take me like a day just to get down to the kingdom. Start. Get rid of that. Troll invasion. Mysterious weed. It's a problem. Tristian. 20 days. Actually, I was going to put Jod in there, wasn't I? Yeah. Tristian, you failed me. Oh yeah, I wanted to check. Oh, 12 days. It says I have 12 days, but now it says the time has come. Alright. Looks like I'm stopping by Bald Hilltop on the way. What is this? Jod. The barony managed to persevere and enjoys peace once again. Community, loyalty, and +4 on the divine. Got that loyalty point back. Good job, John. Now get on this weed. DC 15. $20 days, man. I'm gonna rest right now, so I don't have to deal with fatigue. And she failed to cook the hearty meal again. Enter.
They dare threaten me.
There's a portal to another dimension here. And Avril is going to start by casting prayer. Who are you here, Jade? Alana, you get back.
Forwards!
Whoa, hold on a second. You guys come up here. Alright.
Aim carefully.
Now you can start it. Oh,
This strike, my masterpiece.
get him. Get those 8-legged freaks.
Attack.
Strength damage, not good.
I need a moment to recover.
Jade. Get the frick out of there. Potion up. What? What? 26. I just healed you. And you went down again. Can you hold person this?
These
Nope.
magic should be used in other ways.
You know what, Avril? Get
These
Altana
magics
back
should
up.
be used in other ways. These magics should be used in other ways.
You can't heal her? What the heck is going on? Then heal Jade. What? Jade dies from what? From this venom that did 4 dex damage? Oh my god, is that what's going down? Yeah. Hunting spiders venom. Alright. That was a bunch of crap. Bald Hilltop.
I'll go ahead.
There's not much I can do. There's getting hit by poison, spider poison. They just have to not get hit and make their friggin' saves.
I stand ready.
Let's get that going. Get that going.
Amranda gratio. Let us not hesitate.
I'll do that just in case. These are spiders, but that dryad or whatever she is might be evil.
Arayanan. Enemy near. A solid plan. This should do it.
Hopefully I want
Let yourself
over
open.
here. Cast
This strike, my masterpiece. My skills exceed yours.
greater giant, greater giant. Fortitude save. Get her. Get her. Yes. You attack her. Avril, you can't really do much, but Bane anyways. She made the will save. That's not good. You don't really have anything you can do to help. Oh, she's casting Hold Person. Did she get it off? Sophie cast Hold Person. No, the will saving throw succeeded. Jade, you need to get out of there. Potion up. Turn off mobility.
Your death awaits.
Jade, you need to do something. She's held. Can I dispel target? Oh my god, that sucks. Did she even make the... Fails to dispel Hold Person. And then the Doom Spider just destroyed her. How much health has this thing got? Kill it! Oh, hideous laughter. Suck.
Forwards.
Kill this spider, please. Yes. Oh, she got her with hideous laughter right before she could get the heal off. But it's alright. My god. Altana suffered another crippling wound.
I stand ready.
But the Threat is eliminated.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
Oh my god. This frickin' Silky. Hey! Another ring of protection +1 and another cloak. I think, ooh, a wavered skin cloak.
This is my path.
You restoration, please.
Magritium Turinos.
She actually made her dex save or her saving throw. Thank you. Bewildering injury. Oh, yeah, that's her buff. Okay. One more. Fragment of an ancient pillar covered with eroded letters of an unknown language. Wow.
The path is clear.
That was crazy. That doom spider did not want to die. Silky died. That was a lot of XP right there. How much XP did that doom spider give? Because, Jesus. Altana hit it for 29. That's pretty good. She hit it again. Doom Spider, Silky Cat's whole person. Yeah, Nova saved. Oh, she got a critical hit with that short sword. Boom. But the Doom Spider was still alive. Where did it die? It took Altana out. Silky and the hideous laughter. That's a good spell. Where's the Doom Spider dying? Burning Arc? Did she even do anything with that? Cast Burning Arc. Oh, that's Silky. Just 9 damage. 5d6 fire. Jeez, and you did 9 damage out of 30? Who killed the spider? Critical miss. She was prone too. Thank God for the critical miss. Alana took it out. Yes, 67 XP. Actually, that bestiary, where is that? That is here. Probably have to go down to Spider. Spider Swarm. I didn't see Doom Spider. I just saw Spider. Huh. I thought it would, because the thing is saying it tells you like it's, oh, that's what it means. All right, next time in battle. She failed to check for Silky. Right here where it says Alana's Lord Nature check succeeded and Doom Spider information. Oh, here it is. Chaotic neutral magical beast. 26 AC. Yeah, it has to pass these DC checks to get this information. Look at its strength, 25, 27 dex. That's just ridiculous. Alright, well, let's check this area out. Is there anything to find? Oh, boy. This mighty battle. Well, got some more kingdom stuff to do.
Tread lightly.
John and Tristan are probably going to want to talk about this. Doesn't look like anything can be found. Can be seen. But I'm going to map everything anyways.
The path is clear.
Leave your rotting corpses there. Let's get out of here. Yep. Tranquil Glade. Cancel. Sorry, but I gotta turn the music off for this part, or else unscrupulous people out there like to copyright claim videos. I will head to the throne room. Yep. Keston, your grace. Keston has a troubled look on his face. I fear there's another matter that requires your attention. There have been reports, many of them, from settlements across the Gnarl Marches. There are trolls in the forest, seemingly hordes of them. Rumors claim they're more than the typical savage beasts. They almost seem to show reason in tactics. They form groups, attack all at once, plunder the villages, and carry away the peasants. Even stranger, kobolds have been spotted among their ranks, when usually they would be attacked on sight. Keston falls silent for a moment. I'm not certain any of this is reliable. Fear builds mountains of molehills. Some of the rumors even say these trolls carry torches and burn down houses, seemingly unafraid of open flames. It's entirely possible the rest of the reports could be exaggerated as well. Common folk will hardly heed any simple exhortation. Someone will need to go to the Gnarl Marches to investigate the matter. I was considering the matter when it hit me. What if you were to take on this investigation yourself, Your Grace? You believe trudging through swamps and chasing rumors to be part of a baroness's duties? Forgive me, Your Grace. However, if this problem isn't handled now, by next month there may be no one left to save. Captain shifts uneasily. So if you do decide to go, please remember that trolls can only be killed with fire or acid.
Trolls who didn't fear fire? That sounded terrible, and dangerous, and terribly dangerous. If we couldn't rein them in, our young barony would be eaten up in a snap.
Well, what else did I have to do? Troll invasion. Military +1. Oh, Tenebrous dreams. A recurrent dream has recently been troubling the Baroness's slumbers. She sees valiant heroes entering ancient ruins to descend under the ground, never to return. Their faces show stern resolve, their lips pinched thin. The angry red sun follows the heroes into the darkness, casting his fleeting evening rays upon them. Just before waking, the Baroness hears a faint whisper. Come to me, hero. I await you here in the tenebrous depths. Man, okay. Nothing else here. I think this is it. What, DLC? I'm gonna go to my chambers. I'm gonna rest because someone got killed in that last battle. Alright.
I'll go ahead.
Who's this? A Mary. Before I go further. Yeah, that's what I want. Oh, yeah, this cloak. +2 enhancement bonus to natural armor and +4 resistance bonus on saving throws against poison, sleep, and paralysis. That means I can swap this, take this off, give this to, say, Avril. Cold resistance. Give that to Eltana. Okay. This is Ring of Protection. Cloak of Resistance. Ah, that's why I had the other rings and stuff. Because I wanted to give to... just hand them out like candy.
Let's head out.
So let me go get them. Intelligence. Short sword. Half plate +1. I think I'll give that to Harem. Heavy shield +1. I think I give that to Harem as well. Harem, come here. Yep. There you go. Half plate +1. There you go. Heavy shield +1. Here you go. Ring of protection. There you go. Cloak of resistance. What is this? Masterwork light mace? Let's see. Intelligence. There you go. You can have one of these magnificent cloaks as well. The tailoring was exquisite. You can have one of these magnificently tailored cloaks as well. Jathal, my sweet, you are evil, but you can have one of these rings. And Valerie, have a ring. You already got full plate. And that's that. I do like Jathal. I gotta talk to her eventually.
The path is clear.
Now, I go out into town. The main square, please. I gotta find Kaesi too. It sucks. I missed the music for this part. It was good. Let's see what you have. And that dagger. Anything to offer? Nope. Okay. Uh, that just sounds cool. Frosted dueling sword. Change shirt, leather armor. Oh yeah, these rings. Ring of protection +2. I'm going to be selfish and get that for Alana. That's a bit already. Um, like how many? If I bought that, it's like 80 for one build point. So if I bought 10, that would be 800. That's already a lot. That's not a lot of build points. If I bought 100, that would be 8,000. Huh. Crowbar. I'm gonna buy that. Might need it. Um, rope. Okay, deal. Oh, that's right. I was saving up for those armors from this other guy that costed like 12K each. Adamantine 18K. Mithril 12.6K. All right, well, let's see if I can find Kaesi Air House. It's right behind the tavern. Didn't this used to be a tavern right here? I remember this being a tavern. Your Grace? Arsino? The traveling merchant? What do you do? I'm happy to welcome you, Your Grace. I'm Enio, wandering trader in curiosities. I have come to your lands recently and hope to stay here for a while until the road calls me again. I'd like to look at your wares. Ooh, longsword +2. Chalk longbow, boots of elven kind, dispel magic scroll, scroll of magic fang. I want this sword. I could use that bow. That's a nice bow. Arsino is for mercenaries. Is this Caius's house? This used to be a tavern. A tense silence hangs over the house. Kaesi, your tiefling friend, emerges from the shadows, but her eyes are staring into the distance. She seems to look right past you. No, not now. The turmoil is suddenly over, but you see fear in Kaesi's eyes, her blue eyes. It's you. I wanted to say, Don't be afraid. You can tell me the truth. What's going on? The girl closes her eyes and clenches her fists, obviously in the grip of a strong emotion, but one you cannot read. I knew it couldn't last forever. Why did he even make this rule if he knew it would be impossible to keep? She takes a deep breath, opens her eyes, and speaks with firm resolve. Come what may, you should know, Alana, that the person you know by the name of Kaesi does not exist. My real name is Kalike, and well, it's a long story, and such stories are better told beside a welcoming fire. Will you hear me out? So these options are so polar opposites. Fine, let's go. Kalike. The girl rests her head on her arm and stares off into the distance, lost in memory. Stories by the fire in the desert where I was born, my fondest memory. When the day is done, hosts and guests, parents and children, friends and rivals, all gather by the fire under the stars to tell their tales. All they did, all they witnessed, all they heard from other travelers, and the whispers carried by the desert wind. My sister and I often snuck in to hear these stories, hiding in the shadows just beyond the circle of light and warmth. We are hex spawn, you see. Tieflings are unwelcome guests in Kadira, unblessed by the light of merciful Sarenrae. We grew up sleeping in a common tent, scavenging food here and there like orphans, all but outcasts and disowned. We were 13 when we left, and set off to find happiness in the cities, and everyone we left behind sighed with relief. My sister and I, we are twins, but as different as the sun and moon. Her name is Kanera, which means silent flame. She is fire, a cold fire, but one that turns everything to ash. I am a river. It brings me joy to give water to tired travelers and nurture green shoots. But when I flood, I am bound to bring death. The girl's eyes are full of sorrow. Despite our differences, we are one. Our lives belong to divine Nethys, and by his mercy we now live in turns. While one of us is here, the other sleeps in another plane, and when she wakes up, we switch places, just as you witnessed, or as you just witnessed. Nethys, also known as the All-Seeing Eye, is a Garundi god who holds knowledge and magic above all things. He gained enough power to witness all things, and this both fueled his divinity and shattered his mind. He is a god of magic torn between destroying the world with one hand and saving it with the other. And who's. So, this is why you didn't remember me when we were talking to Jamandi? How could I remember you? I'd never met you at the time. That was Canera. She was the one who talked to you at the reception and helped you fight off the assassins. We usually write each other notes recounting in detail all that happened and describing any friends that Kaesi had made. But that time we switched right in the middle of a mansion engulfed in fire and filled with assassins. Kanara didn't have the time to write any notes. And how is it you began to live in turns? Kalike lowers her head. This story is one I've never told to anyone before. No one in the whole world, and it's not easy to confide in a stranger. There's too much grief and guilt in it. If you don't mind, I'd rather not go into all the details. You see, my sister died, and I couldn't get over it. Kanera was killed by a soul eater, a monster summoned by secret followers of Abaddon's archdemons. Let's see, Abaddon. Abaddon is a wasteland of infinite and apocalyptic proportions that is home to the demons. Or is it daemons? It is dominated by the citadels of the Four Horsemen, but includes vast stretches of uninhabited wastelands and smaller holdings of minor warlords and vassals. Abaddon holds the headwaters of the river Styx, which flows through the maelstrom, often touching the abyss to eventually pool below Pharasma's spire. Those who summoned him died in the fight, but the beast was too strong for my sister, and I wasn't even there to protect her. Kalike catches her breath. We just had a fight, and we both did some stupid things just before, but I don't want to talk about that now. When I found out what happened to my sister, I was ready to make a deal with any power, if only I could just get her back, and I found such a power. I was contacted by the Arcanothane. Appearing as a woman-shaped cloud of swirling energy, this creature serves as the herald of Nethys. As a supernatural creature created in a moment of lucidity by an insane, omniscient god, the Arcanothane is often left to her own devices when her master does not need her, and wanders Golarion and the plains searching for new sensations and meaning to her existence and that of the multiverse. The Arcanothane, the herald of the god Nethys himself. She promised she would return Kanara to life, but on two conditions. First, we must both keep the arrangement a secret. Second, we would never be able to meet again, and so our new life began. Now we flee through the world guarding our secret, always introducing always introducing ourselves as Kaesi to hide that there are two of us, and we switch places with each other at random. While one lives, the other sleeps in a demi-plane, one created specially for us. And you can't control these switches? No, we can't. They happen at random, most often while we're sleeping, but sometimes in broad daylight. That's why we can never stay in one place for long. When someone witnesses us switch, we usually tell them tales of a special, magical way of traveling. But people start noticing strange things and begin to figure things out. Truth be told, I'm so tired of having to pretend. We knew this couldn't last forever, and now the truth is finally out. What's the point in all this? Well, you revealed your secret to me. It means you broke one of the rules. Yes. Will you make me regret this, Alana? I just thought I felt you might be someone who could help my sister and me change our fates. Well, what can I do to help? That's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. Kanara was supposed to tell you of an ancient treasury that we've been looking for. Gold isn't the only thing of value in this place. It may contain an ancient relic taken by the Taldan raiders from a respected Kadiran temple of Nethys. It's an unusual relic called the Disk of the Eclipse. I once heard a beautiful story that it was created from the shadow that hides the sun and the moon. But I don't think that could be the truth. Nethys is the god of magic, who was once a mortal wizard, and relics from his temples are usually very powerful. There are many among his followers who think that solving the mysteries of magic, even rivaling their deity, is the best way to serve him. One such follower created the disc long ago in the distant past. According to legend, it gave its owners control over planar travel, but only pairs of wizards bound by unbreakable ties could use it. While one of them traveled the planes, the other was his anchor in our world, and they could switch between. Do you see now why we so desperately wish to find the disc? It might help us understand how the switch between me and Kanara works, and it should make our divine patron happy. Nethys and his assistants value the desire to understand the mysteries of magic above all else. And how did the disc come to be in the Stolen Lands? It was brought here by Taldans from the Fifth Army of Exploration. Taldor and Kadira were enemies for ages, thousands of years ago. A soldier broke into the temple of Nethys and stole the relic to sell it or secretly hoard it as an heirloom. Hundreds of years later, his own kin, or the kin of its hundredth buyer, brought the disc to these strange lands where the Taldans had come, uninvited as usual, and which they finally vanished from with little trace. Sometimes history is as intricate. Sometimes history is as intricate lace. Okay, you'd never guess where it begins and where it ends. Tell me about the location of the treasury. It was called Sorrow Flow in the chronicle we read. It was once a Taldan town founded by the veterans of the Fifth Army of Exploration. It stood on the shores of a turbulent river, and that was what destroyed it. One night, a terrible flood devastated the settlement, killing many and driving the rest to flee. Only the tower on the cliff remained, which was too high for the flood to reach. Water covered the ruins for a long time, but last year it receded. My friends found a chronicle which recounted the destruction of the city and spoke of the disk of the eclipse, which was kept there. They managed to track down the ruins, but were frightened away by the monsters and beasts that roamed the area. Well, if this can help, then I agree. Kalike's sad eyes get a little warmer. Thank you. I will wait for you there at Sorrowflow, and please, let's explore the ruins together. Just the two of us. I don't want to give myself away again in front of your companions. Breaking the Arcanothean's conditions once was enough. I have no wish to anger our god. So long. That was interesting. Glad I kept all the information about Kingmaker. Well, not all of it, but all the information about the DLCs.
Tread lightly.
Glad I didn't look up any of that stuff because that was pretty cool. All right, now I talked to her. I think. Okay, yeah. I know this. This used to be another tavern. I know that much. Or some kind of inn or something. But I know it used to be there. Let's just go in here and loot some stuff real quick. There's a lot of citizens. There's an Amiri. Scattered ink stains suggest that Lindsay may have spent some time here. Let's get some trash, some food, some more fish.
Let us be careful.
Some potatoes. Some booze. Some more booze. So nice of you to stop by, Your Grace. I'm Alina the innkeeper. All the news of the whole region must pass through this inn. What rumors have you heard? Lately, everyone's been talking about the tower at the Candlemere. They say lights were dancing around it like a busy cook's stove. Everyone who saw it says different things. Some witnessed a dragon, and some glowing hamsters crawling from the lake. They're probably all lying, but the place is definitely spooky and mysterious. All right, show me what treats you have. More camping supplies. You can have all that trash. I don't know why I'm carrying around 11 bottles of port, but I am. This is where I could buy lots of cooking stuff. All right. Give me 18 gold. I don't think I'll go upstairs for now. Let's head out. Main square exit. Yeah. I did everything. Okay. Auto saved. Now options. Music. All right. Where is all this stuff? We know what Candlemere is down here. Verdant Chambers, Bandit Camp. This is the Gnarl Marches. It's where all this troll stuff is happening. Ridge, Trail, Lake. There it is, Sorrow Flow. I have no idea when I'm supposed to head there, like level-wise. Troll Trouble. We must first learn more about the trolls. Find the troll lair. Gotta head to the stinky, filthy troll. This whole mess of trolls can't just roam around all the time. They surely must have a hidden base, or a lair at least. A stinky, filthy troll lair. Lindsay? Oh, Lindsay. Well, let's try to have some fun with some bandits. We can take out some bandits. beneath the stolen lands, again and again. A dark cave leading down into the dark, bottomless depths. Our scouts found the entrance to this cave, but they were not foolish enough to venture inside, and rightly so, for they weren't the ones summoned by nightly visions. That pleasure belongs to the heroine, which means that she'll have the honor of being the first to explore this new and deadly dungeon. Onwards, go to the tenebrous depths in the north gnarl marches. And it's not on the map. Wait, tenebrous depths. I have no idea when I'm supposed to go there. I have no idea how strong the encounters are in there. But for now, oops. I think I can enter here now, and the event that's supposed to happen here should be happening. Hey, you there, quick, you gotta
Their
help
life
us.
ends here.
Yep. So the gnome invites some of his friends. Stupid, slow, sluggish gnome. No! Stupid! There's a purple kobold on the riverbank who looks just like your old acquaintance, Tartuccio. Kobolds want this cart. Kobolds shall have it. The horse skull hides most of the kobold's face, but you see his vicious eyes glinting through the empty sockets staring at you. By orders of myself, the glorious King Tartuk. The kobold pounds his chest with his fist. Alter ego of the gnome Tartuccio. Until recently, you thought you'd killed him. Tartuk, king! The head of the gnome expedition wipes his brow and glares at the kobold. This bastard was the one talking our ears off while the rest of them were trying to steal our cart. King Tartuk, the gnome looks at you and winks. What do you say to a bit of regicide? Tartuccio, I recognize you. What is this new disguise, and why are you not dead? How dare you speak like that to King? Kobolds, attack! What does it say? Sure Daz? Sure Daz! Sure Daz! What the heck is a Sure Daz?
Stand with me.
Don't kill them. They were hasty. Oh, they killed the gnome. I think they killed another gnome. Hasted kobolds, no joke. Well, they're deadly to gnomes. See you soon enough. This is not over. Tartuccio. I gotta loot first before I help them. Yeah, get out of my way. You didn't let me see what they had because the stupid thing was in the way, and then as soon as I clicked, the thing went away, so they started moving. A short sword. A short sword. short sword. Yep, just double check and make sure nothing's masterwork or better.
I'll go ahead.
We can't handle it without your help. Alright. While the gnomes were busy fighting the kobolds, furiously cursing and diligently punching their unwelcome guests right in their dragonish snouts, the cart was all but forgotten. The unwitting cause of the fight, it was being dragged away by the scared ponies when it slid down the ford, sinking all the way up to the coachman's seat in the river. This was where the Skunk River flows into the Tuskwater, and the current becomes excessively spiteful, cold, stubborn, and turbulent. Having taken hold of the gnome's cart, the Skunk River must have decided to drag it down amid all the commotion. When it was caught in the act, the surviving gnomes, led by the head of the gnome expedition, an extremely loud and crabby fellow, but not without some managerial talent, were able to catch the cart before it floated away. Faces red and grunting from the strain, they struggled to keep it from drowning entirely. Just then, a package fell into the water with a heartbreaking splash. It vanished beneath the current, only to resurface 10 meters down the river. No! The head of the gnome expedition moaned as he glowered at the package. That was Alchemy and Life, the latest issue. After plunging into the cold river, the ponies immediately lost their nerve. Swiveling their ears and twitching, they tried to chew through the reins and throw off the load. Why are you just standing around? Go on, help them. The head of the gnome expedition was visibly dissatisfied as he shouted. All right, we set a crowbar under the cart's wheel. Lost my crowbar again. Set under the wheel, the crowbar wedged into position against the stones on the riverbed, making the process of pulling the cart out of the river easier. All right. Tied a rope to the cart. 1, 2, 3, and the rope was securely tied to the cart, making it easier to pull out. A good lesson for every adventurer. Never leave home without a rope. Rope is your best friend. Alright, one of us tried to jump onto the cart to untie the pony still standing in the water. This is a mobility and lore nature. Alana is the best for this. Succeeded both. 15 DC. Oh my god, she could not fail that. 10 DC. I think it went lower because of the crowbar and rope. Alana nimbly climbed onto the roof of the cart and carefully crawled toward the ponies hitched up at the riverbank. The ponies seemed to be relieved to feel a firm hand holding the reins again. They calmed down at once and allowed themselves to be unhitched. In just a few moments, they were standing back at the ford, ready to pull the cart from the river. Gathering our strength, we began pulling the cart from the river. If you're certain you're ready, then let's do it. But be careful. Imagine the cart's full of gold or ale or some other thing you could lose to bear. Hold on for a second. I remember there's a little camp up here.
We will prevail.
I don't know if it'll
there's
still
gold,
be here
it's mine.
when you pull the cart. Thunder Call.
A
Kill
calculated
this.
risk.
I don't need that crap going off on me. Freaking kobold boomsayer.
Strike as one.
Let's see. What is that? A psi +1. Is there anything over here? No.
The path is clear.
The path is clear. Short sword, short sword, short sword. What did you have on you? Scorching Ray. Masterwork. The camp looks habitable. Its owners must be somewhere nearby. They won't mind me looting this stuff. Ooh. That's a lot. And there's some rope. Got my crowbar and rope back. The gnomes fought fiercely, but eventually they were outnumbered. Kobolds' corpses are badly burned by acid and alchemical fire. Mouth-watering broth is simmering in the pot. All right. Let's go pull that stuff out. I was just afraid that stuff might go away after I pull the cart out of the
Let's head
water.
out.
We tried to pull the cart out. The cart creaked and cracked, sounding as though it were sobbing. The board strained against the combined stress of the rushing water's pull against everyone trying to pull the cart ashore. Unfortunately for the cart, both sides were of equal strength. Something had to be done, or the poor cart would be torn to pieces. All right, well, the exhausted ponies had worked themselves up into a lather, and foam covered the bits in their teeth. The Baroness tried to calm and reassure them. Succeeded. After everyone struggled together for a while, the cart finally made it out of the muddy riverbed and rolled back onto the rocky ground of the waiting fort, prompting some seemingly indignant sloshes and squelches as the river released its trophy and rushed along in search of easier prey. Losing no time, the head of the gnome expedition jumped inside. For a good while, rattling and swearing were all that could be heard from the cart, until the gnome's face finally reappeared from under the rooftop, seemingly satisfied. Almost everything's still in place, he announced, cheerfully, jumping from the cart. It's all wet and crumpled, but at least nothing's missing. Thank you, travelers, if not for your help. Guided by my keen supervision, of course, I'd have had to say goodbye to all my possessions. And I leveled. Come here, my valiant savior. Let me have a word with you. The gnome that stands before you wears dirty and ragged clothes. They used to look stylish and wealthy long ago, but those times are long gone. His black hair is matted. A deep, fresh scratch crosses his cheek. Despite of this, that's kind of weird English. Despite of this rather pathetic look, the gnome behaves with inner dignity and even manages to maintain a superior manner.
Jubilos Nartropple, at your grace's service. Your help with these kobolds and my almost drowned cart was timely indeed. By the way, it's a shame no one organized a greeting party when such a famous and popular person as myself arrived to your capital. I wasn't expecting a red carpet covered with rose petals, but you could at least have sent ahead some delegation. Oh, at least some of my servants are still alive. Do you know how much it costs to train a proper servant?
Jubilos jabbers too fast, never stopping even to take a breath. You can see he's piled up some emotions and just needs to get them out of his system. Gnomes.
Also, while I'm on that, I'd like to make an official announcement. The roads in your barony are in terrible condition. People must search for wading fords to cross the rivers because no one had bothered themselves with building bridges, and honest travelers have to take the risk of being attacked by kobolds at any moment. So, what did you say your barony was called? Well, whatever, never mind. When I draw the map of these lands, I will call them Maybe Local Baroness Will Help. I guess it's a fitting name.
The gnome falls silent at last. He just watches you with his shifty eyes, opening and closing his mouth, as if he wants to say something more, but hasn't come up with anything yet. How do you know I am a baroness?
I've already told you I visited your capital some time ago. Weren't you listening to me? And I'm used to being greeted by officials when I arrive to settlements of at least some importance. The glory of myself and my exploits usually precedes me, and officials usually prefer to be on good terms with me.
I didn't know you'd come.
Yes, you're right. I should have remembered that your lands are in the middle of nowhere, and you don't get updates on important things in time.
So what happened here? How did your cart end up in the river?
My party and I set up camp at the bank of this river. We'd just finished kindling the fire when that purple bastard appeared. You know what he told me? He introduced himself as the king of the kobolds and told me he needed our clothes because he wanted to dress his subjects properly, you see, as long as they've established the kingdom of their own. That's literally what he said. I wonder, where did he learn the words? Obviously, I told him to buzz off. Some kobold wants to strut around wearing the clothes of the great cartographer Jubilos Nartropple. No way. So I've been explaining my position to him, being rather eloquent too, suggesting he and his so-called kingdom might as well fall into the deepest sinkhole. And in the meantime, I've noticed that kobolds have already started to untie my cart. Well, I called my men to keep the cart safe. They couldn't guess what to do on their own, just stood there with their mouths ajar. Then things heated up as the fighting started, and while we were fighting, the ponies dragged the cart to the river. Ah, stupid animals.
I like that part. Stupid animals. You said you were famous, but I don't know you. What are you famous for?
That was either a stupid and offensive joke or a case of total ignorance. The latter, I hope. I'm famous as a traveler, a cartographer, an alchemist, and a journalist. The students of all the major universities study the world using my maps. My articles for different journals are well known everywhere, from Andorran to Brevoy. You've definitely read some issues of National Alchemy, haven't you? Culinary Almanac of the Inner Sea?
Nope.
Or the most scandalous one, The Independence, describing benefits and drawbacks of governments and regimes in different states?
Nope again.
Didn't read any of these? Oh, well, don't answer that. I don't want to spoil my impression of your barony. It's spoiled enough already. It would be hard for me to write at least something positive otherwise.
So what is such a famous person doing that far from civilization?
I pursued two objectives. The first is to write an article on this new barony of yours for the Independence. The second is to draw a detailed map of the stolen lands. Before this barony appeared, it had been too dangerous to come here, but now an opportunity has appeared. Thanks to you, I must add. So, as you can see, the freedom of speech sometimes grants positive comments too. Anyway, I'm almost done with this journey. My article is practically ready, so is the map. All that's left to do now is to find an old dwarven outpost established here several centuries ago.
What is this dwarven outpost you're searching for?
Your ignorance is stunning. You create a barony and still you know nothing about the lands you own. I'll have to enlighten you on the subject. You see, Long ago, there was a dwarven trade route crossing these lands. It connected Five Kings Mountains and the north. The route was so important to the dwarves that they were generous enough to set a number of outposts along it, manned with armed guardians to provide protection for the traders. One of these outposts must be somewhere nearby, lost and completely forsaken, but nothing can avoid the watchful eye of the great cartographer Jubilos Nartrupple. I will find this outpost, and I will mark its location on the map. You can trust me on that.
Tell me, is this old dwarven outpost abandoned? Is it possible it's now used by trolls as a lair, for instance?
Why not? Dwarves like being underground, trolls like being underground too. It's quite possible after dwarves left, their warm and cozy place fell into the hands of less attractive creatures.
Well, I'm looking for the troll's lair. Maybe we're looking for the same place. Let's join our efforts and start looking together.
Well, you proved to be a capable companion in a case of emergency. I guess I can entrust you with covering my back. Let's go. I will send someone for my cart later.
Jubilost. Head to the troll triple. You're the only gnome left. Thank you. Alright, troll trouble. Somewhere in this region, there's an ancient abandoned dwarven fortress. Could it be the dwelling of our foes? Oh, if only those dwarves could see it. They would tear off their beards in anger. The gnome we saved turned out to be a celebrity. He's none other than Jubilost. And we got to take him to the dwarven place. Now that I heard of a dwarven place, maybe this is the one Harem wants to see. All right. I will end the episode here as we got to meet Jubilost. He's a gnome. You gotta love him or hate him, or love him and hate him. Well, I'll see you next episode. Thanks for watching.